The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork, pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
Before we get to the Brady Report, this email just came in. It couldn't be right. So John did this a few years ago. There's all these people saying this is the next Hitler, that's the next Hitler. Do you know how Hitler really started? I know this because of you. As a local artist. If anything's the next Hitler, it's local artists and their art. Keep your eyes on the local artists. Couldn't agree more with that. Those people, you got to look for the downtrodden people no one's paying attention to, not the people who get all the attention. Local artists.
Confused at
They're the ones who snap and lose their minds and become the Hitlers of the world.
And cause genocide?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what Hitler did. So if you want to compare everybody to who's the next Hitler, take a look in your local art community and find the craziest one. He's got ideas. He's got it. Eric's not really serious. You don't need to think about it this much. He's just kind of follow the jokes. The bouncing ball will lead you to the end. Yeah. Just making fun of local artists. Take a chance when you can. It's time now for Brady to give you all the news. Brady, please report it.
Good Friday morning to you, Phoenix. Hello, world. We've made it.
Hi.
Fun facts. Nimrod only became another word for idiot because of Bugs Bunny.
Really?
He called Elmer Fudd a Nimrod. But Nimrod is the biblical character who's referred to as a mighty hunter.
Yeah.
And since Elmer Fudd was a bad hunter, Bugs was using it ironically.
Nimrod was a mythical hunter? I had no idea.
It's a good joke. See, you can learn something from those Bugs Bunny cartoons everybody's banned for racism.
Yeah, Nimrod.
Nimrod's a great one, but you're not supposed to. He's a hunter who's trying, and there's no reason to bully him. Plus, it's biblical, and he may be...
Nice shot, Nimrod.
He may not be a religion of your choosing, and now you're just forcing your beliefs down. Oh, can't do it.
Snoop Dogg and the late Nate Dogg are actually cousins.
Yeah? That whole group always talks
Dogg
about
is not their last name.
like they're cousins. Legally, it's not their last name.
That's well known, Brady.
Yeah,
You're
that's
a Snoop fan.
Just wanted
old-timey.
yeah.
Come on.
He got Warren G. all up on that and brought in cousins and family members.
Also cousin to Dionne Warwick, right?
Yeah. Yep. Dionne's family's loaded up. She had one of the contestants on The Four last night was her granddaughter.
You're still watching that?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's kind of funny. And I watched pieces. I fell asleep, but I was watching it. And then she rattles off like I'm, Whitney Houston's cousin. I'm the other Houston that Whitney's mom was a singer. The whole family. Snoop Dogg's a cousin. I'm like, well, that one's kind of the weird sideways one, but I don't know if that's going to help you here on The Four. Maybe P. Diddy will like that.
By age 32, you've been alive for over 1 billion seconds.
Congratulations.
According to a new survey, 16% of the people are now panicking about how much they spent over the holidays. They expect to fall behind on their bills this month. That's up
so much you
11%.
People freak out when they overdo it. And it's the whole country, though. The bill comes in like, I don't have the money for this. I'm a freak. I'm an idiot. I'm going to have to minimum payment for the next 2 months.
It's up 11% from last year.
And that's because your kid has a friend who has nicer stuff than your kid. And some parents can't see that as like, well, it's just the way it is. And then they try to overspend for their kid so their kid doesn't feel like it's got less. And then the next thing you know, your parents are missing rent. Keeping up with the Joneses is a scary, dangerous thing. So you never let your poor kid have a rich friend. Ever.
This was a traveling survey, and they found that 40% of Americans have never left the country. 54% have visited less than 10 states. 13% have never been in an airplane. 11% have never left their home state.
Kind of sad when you think about
weird.
it.
I do know a lot of people like that from my high school that have never left
grounded.
Montana.
Towny people sometimes just don't do it.
They don't leave.
Nope.
Yeah, one of my uncles has never flown and won't.
Really?
Yeah, no interest.
Is that Drunkle Dennis?
No, that's Drunkle Doug. I don't think Drunkle Doug's been on a plane. My Uncle Donnie doesn't fly either.
So does that mean he hasn't been out of the state of Indiana?
No, he's been out of the state. They live too close to Chicago, not to flipped over to states.
Gotcha.
They've been out of, but he doesn't leave. Actually, he's gotten to the point now where he doesn't leave his city.
Comfort zone?
Like, he likes his town, which is Cedar Lake and
I thought it was
Lowell and
Lowell.
Well,
No.
it's all in one
all in one
cluster called the Region Toledo.
The region.
He'll go in there, but he ain't going to Maryville.
Does
Anything
that
north there
sound
is
like
trouble.
a disease?
Like,
'Cause it is.
what about you, Brady? Because you've been to Europe and all through there. Like, do you have any need to go back or want to go back at this point, or are you like kind of, I'm done with that?
No, I'd go back. It's fun.
Would you? It was that much
How many
fun?
times have you
Yeah.
been? Like 5, half dozen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I've been there.
Yeah.
Is it worth the
It
flight?
is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. See,
Oh, yeah.
I want to go.
The one that I hesitate on is like you went to Australia.
That was
For
great.
some reason,
The flight's
I'm
brutal.
at the flight.
Flight's brutal. It's the only thing keeping me from ever going back.
But you
like-
said it was great.
Yeah, because I had like a month off.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way you can do that.
That'd
kind
be a
of stuff.
tough one with a week turnaround,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You don't
7
do
days,
that.
not
Yeah.
worth it.
Don't. Yeah, you got 2 days of flying. You got to have at least 2 weeks to get over there, and
For Europe as well, you think?
No.
See, I want to go to Europe when
Europe
I'm done.
takes you about a day.
I want to be
When you're done?
retired.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, just so I can relax and I don't have to hurry my vacation along through
Parts
an
of
entire
Europe
continent.
seem so very young.
Sure, but like a continent of travel to me, I want to take my time with it.
Oh, you want to
Yeah.
do the whole thing?
I don't want to be there from Sunday to Friday and like, all right, kids, let's go back in the car. We're going over to Paris today. Hey, everybody see Paris? All right, let's go, kids. Let's go. We're going to Berlin now, and you're just flying day after day. You got
But
a
if
new
you go,
spot.
you're okay with 10 days. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
You won't feel like.
Now, have you gone to a different place? I know you got, your sister lives there, but have you been to a different place every time you've gone?
Yes.
Why are you guys talking about these whole countries when
It's
you've got
Europe,
such
sir,
a
it's
great
Europe.
country right here? We've got Europe Town all over Chicago. We've got all sorts of things you can visit. New York is all the countries all jammed together in one place. Broken down, of course, by race because you don't want the mingling. It makes trouble for the food. Go to Las Vegas. I have a hotel there. It's great. You could stay at the Trump House. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go see the Middle East? We've got that and this giant pyramid. We've got Paris. Paris is right across the street. You can do all the world in about 12 hours. It's great stuff.
I always want to talk to the Asian tourists that are in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm just curious of what their opinion is. They
Gambling.
seem really excited.
Gambling. So much gambling.
And so much room.
Yeah.
But they got their cameras and they take pictures of the dumbest stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just
They're
wondering.
sightseeing. Close enough. And their friends back home are, you go to Paris too? Oh, sure. Paris, next day we in Cairo. Are you in Cairo? I didn't know pyramid were black. Oh, sure. Gambling inside.
You think they lie?
Of course they lie. They lie. You don't think they lie?
No,
they're
very
human beings.
They're very respectful people, Jeff.
One thing we don't do as a tired people. Right.
No lying.
Never exaggerate a vacation.
No joke.
Honor. John's
Where
about
were
honor.
you? Honor. The honor schmonor. That's Japan. I'm talking about the Chinese.
Oh, I said Asian. I was kind
That's
of
a
lumping
continent.
everybody.
That's not even. That's just
I was
racist.
lumping them all into
that's
one.
just racist.
It's easier to say it that
Yeah.
way, though, because I don't know.
Because I can't tell.
About
Well, basically what you're saying is,
Thailand or Japanese.
Eric, you're no different than me. What you're saying
Chinese.
is, who can tell the difference? Let's just lump them into a big category
Asians
and make
as
it work.
as
right.
a people.
right.
I didn't specifically call a country
Indian,
crap hole.
India are Asian. So, there.
Technically,
Yeah.
I guess.
You can tell them.
It's pretty big, though, so I could just say,
India.
Indian.
Right. But then you're saying Indians. Like, wait a minute.
Well, then I
Why
would say
they?
Native
that's
Americans.
Cleveland or 7-Eleven.
Dots not feathered.
Right.
Ask John Trump if he's aware that Disney World has all the different countries as well.
Of course they do. It's a small world after all. The line takes longer than the ride. That's an impressive world tour.
Yeah, I could just do
That's
that
all you
instead
need,
of going
sir?
to Europe.
And you know, here's
true,
here's
yeah.
proof that I was right about these whole countries. When you do It's a Small World, do they go by the rubble and AIDS of Haiti? No, they skip it. No one wants to do the Haitian
about
kid.
that?
Haitian kids are not singing It's a Small World. They're the ones standing outside of It's a Small World asking you for money and donations to get out of Haiti. It's a hole. We have all little Norwegian countries and some nice places. Some African kids with shields. Make you realize it's a dangerous place.
You think Brady should go back even at his advanced age?
back to
Europe.
ooh. But they don't
Starting
have
to get to a point maybe you shouldn't do that.
like travel is dangerous.
Medically, yeah.
No way. You got wheelchairs and carts that can get you through the airport.
They have hospitals there.
Yeah.
For when your heart explodes from all that buttery bread in France.
It's a dump. Got a good France right there in
Well, if you
beautiful
decide-
Nevada.
If you decide, if you're that 11% that has never left your state and you decide to go over to Europe, if you go to Switzerland, you'll be happy to know that the government has stepped in and barred the culinary practice of throwing lobsters into boiling hot
Oh, no.
water.
They don't like the screaming.
You have to electronically stun the lobster.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Also,
It's humane to kill them that
you
way.
can't keep the lobsters on ice when you pull them. They have to be
You have to heat 'em up.
transported in their natural habitat. So the water that they bring in them, you can't freeze them. Can't ice them.
I don't know if I could eat a lobster after the screaming part.
Oh, it's so good.
This doesn't matter.
You would listen to the glorious screaming and then
for
eat
the
it?
way it tastes, yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of freak.
It's not them screaming, it's the steam escaping from their shell. Once you know that, you're fine. That's a little
It's
different.
done.
I thought it was screaming.
It's
No,
a
no.
whistle, and then they make a little noise when they first go in.
Hot, hot, hot.
Because they're like, whoa, 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 toes first, like, ah!
It's like someone's in that shell trying to say something.
I think you've been.
Hey,
That's a bag of goods you've been sold. there.
by the by,
That's screaming.
they do scream.
And they
And
feel
this-
it according
and
to
here's the
scientists.
thing. The ones that don't scream don't taste as good.
I had a hard time for a while because I grew up across the street from a pig farm, and I used to hear the pigs getting slaughtered.
Ooh.
I was like Clarice.
Have the pig stop screaming at it.
It freaked me out as a child.
It was time for the spring slaughter. Yeah,
They've also cracked down on illegal puppy mills. The puppy
That-
and the devices, the shock collar on dogs,
Yeah.
no longer
Where's this?
in Switzerland.
Babies. Lobsters have no vocal cords, no organs of any type for audio communication. It is not possible for them to scream in any way. We could hear, in any circumstance, the sound you may hear is expanding air bubbles trapped in their shells, expanding and finding an avenue of escape from their bodies when they boil.
Propaganda.
All right, whatever. You're still killing a
Research
thing
done.
to eat it. I don't know where all of a sudden you want to be. Oh, we have to kill them humanely. Did you just hear what you said?
That does make me feel better.
Yeah, they can't scream. They're not
Do
screaming.
lobsters feel pain?
You know what's worse?
Of course, anything that's living and you're killing has got to feel
Not true.
pain.
It doesn't have a nervous system.
Hot water.
They
Really?
don't. Man, that's why they've got that outer shell. They've got no.
So they just die like...
Inconclusive on whether or not they feel pain.
Yeah, I mean, you
know,
can't
man.
conclude that we
They're
haven't
living-
found what they haven't.
They don't have complex brains, like
Yeah.
you said, a nervous system.
They don't have like a nervous system that makes it so they feel that kind of
They-
stuff.
Well, maybe
All I know
we'll
is
come
they-
back as
they
lobsters.
taste option.
And you know what?
Won't feel it.
Good on you if you get me.
Lots of butter, I suggest.
Congratulations. I am a buttery treat.
That only means if you're in Switzerland, lobster is going to be, I don't know, $500.
Yeah, because they got to pay for the
So
sun.
expensive.
I
over there.
refuse to be a hypocrite about it. I eat lots of living stuff. I'm not
Oh, I
gonna
do
sit,
too.
so I'm just not going to sit back and
I
act
just
like
don't want to
one.
hear it. It's just like when
you don't
they
wanna.
give me fish, I don't want the head on it.
No, you
Oh,
aren't
yeah,
looking at
yeah,
you.
I
no,
know.
no, no.
But
Yeah,
it's,
I'm with you
it's
there.
the same
Think
thing.
of
I'm
what
with you
you're
there.
saying. I want this to be a little humane. Will you please chop the head off of that?
It's not about being humane.
I know, but it's like
It's about a mental
It's a little
state
bit, yeah.
that I'm in
I
when I'm
can't
eating.
imagine that this was once alive. Remove its head immediately.
I could look at a beautiful steak and not even cross my mind that it was living.
You know, I'm such a realist. I'll look at a beautiful cow and think, look at all those steaks. I would bite it if it didn't have hair.
I'll put Brady's rose-colored glasses
But
on
I
for that
also
stuff.
don't want to hear it scream. I don't hear it suffer. I just want to eat it.
Yeah,
Somebody
I could-
else do all that work.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
don't want to hear it scream.
But it isn't
I'm
gonna
not going
stop
to hear it get slaughtered and then like straight to eating it.
Not straight to. A day or two later, though, I'm still going to be like, is this the one I watched?
You want to see the cow get shot right between the eyes?
Seen it. I've seen it. I know it exists. And I know I have to accept that's the means to the end.
I know it happened.
Yeah. That's what I have to have happen
Out of sight, out of mind.
to eat it. Right. And I'm fine with that part. That's why I don't go looking into
Call it.
slaughterhouses going, what am I missing here?
Call it.
Call it.
Call it. Oh, I don't know what I'm betting on. Everything, friendo.
I want his backstory.
Call it.
Where did he get that? Do you think he used to do it like back in the day or something?
You can buy those.
No.
Like
Oh, he
farm
just
towns,
bought
yeah,
it
you
on the.
just buy an air tank and put the.
But I wonder if he had like how you come up with that.
I don't know.
Maybe
Pretty
he had to have killed some cows.
brilliant move. Oh yeah, he's seen it happen. Yeah. Oh, Anton Sugar is.
They need a prequel for that.
You've been putting it up your whole life. I don't know what I'm
young
putting
Javier
up here.
Bardem.
God, what a great scene. I don't know what it is exactly I'm putting up. Everything. You've been putting it up every day for your whole life.
You go back and watch that movie.
I watch that movie.
It is great.
It is brilliant.
That poor cashier had no idea what he was
Top
getting
to
himself
bottom.
What? And he lived?
Oh, yeah. He just walked out.
Your lucky coin.
Don't miss that. That's your lucky quarter.
Speaking of cows, this 29-year-old guy in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada, was caught by police dogs quickly. He stole some stuff from a grocery store. Steaks.
Were they killed
Just took a
humanely?
matter of seconds before the canines tracked him down.
Well, yeah, canines are tracking steak.
A woman named Audra Johnson from Southington, Connecticut, died last week, and her 30-year-old daughter, Alice, skipped the funeral last Friday. Because Alice was breaking into her mom's house at the time, stealing a safe with $90,000 worth of stuff in it.
Oh, my God.
All the other family members were over there. Alice went to dead mom's house, tried to lift the safe. They figured it out that Alice had broken in, and they found her and her 27-year-old boyfriend, D-Ron Conyers. They were staying at a motel. They both were charged with theft.
D-Ron. D-Ron Conyers can do better than this woman. Yuck.
Police in New York are looking for two suspects. They did a double robbery within minutes. First, they bumped an 81-year-old woman, snatched her purse. Then on their way out, they noticed down the road a mom with her two young kids at the ATM pulling out cash, and mom was doing the cute thing, the 4-year-old daughter. You can pull the cash out. So as the guy on the way out bumps the 4-year-old, rips the cash out of her hands.
No.
So it went from an 81-year-old to a 4-year-old.
Nice.
Picture the two guys they're looking for.
That's a good lesson for the 4-year-old and the mom.
That's right. Everyone around you's awful. Great lesson.
Veces por transacción. Fries. Fresh for everyone.
Now, Toledo went through and broke down all the trips through It's a Small World.
Oh, yeah, you want to hear?
Yeah, this is a pretty good indicator that we've ignored whatever we're comfortable with, and we get up in arms about dumb stuff. So you go, scene one. What's scene one, Toledo?
Scene one is
Scandinavia, Denmark,
all the whites.
England.
All the whites get
White
scene
Europe,
one.
North Europe. And then scene two is Greece, Russia, Israel, Bali, India. We're starting to move over China, Japan. Scene three, Egypt, and various jungle nations.
Various.
This is on
nothing
the Disney
specific.
side. Yeah. South Africa, Kenya, the jungle people. Scene five, just Mexico, South America, Antarctica.
Grand finale.
And
no mention of Haiti.
And never once did they go through Haiti or any of the other just complete.
Or the Caribbean,
balls.
really.
Close enough. Polynesian islands look just like the Caribbean. It would have been a waste of money to do two of
But
those.
they're better is what they're saying, John. By not
Sure, they
including
picked
them.
a good one. Grand finale is just like, mixed breeds.
A mishmash.
Mixed breeds.
And Eric, you were right. When
terrible.
after I went over there a couple times, I did the Small World ride. I'm like, why did I waste all this money?
That's all you need.
Exactly how it is.
That's it. So it's just, you look at that, you're like, there you go. No need to visit Haiti. But on It's a Small World, Haiti not included. It's small, and there's not enough room for Haiti.
I've been on that thing like at least 4 or 5 times, so that has to equal one trip to Europe.
Yeah, all I do on Small World is just look up at the office
The
tile
ceiling.
ceiling.
You can't help it.
Look at that. It's like being in a really elaborate high school gym that they've done an amazing job on there. It's the worst ride at Disneyland. I hate this ride. Those tiles are getting dirtier and dirtier. every
You
time I
hate
come
that
in.
ride?
I hate It's a Small World. I can't take it. Okay, that's enough.
As
How many
quickly-
times do I have to sit through this? 30 more. Oh, great. So this just goes around 30 times, and I got to listen to this
As
goddamn
quick as
song.
it is,
annually?
it drones on.
Oh, it's never ending. I
You
hate
guys
it.
suck, man.
Oh, that's awesome. One time.
That's an OG Disneyland
Yeah, it
ride
is.
right
Yeah.
there. You guys back
Yeah.
off.
It's time to retire.
There's been a few OG rides that they've gone, this one isn't, this one's no good. Let's change it to something else. Space Mountain, if they'd have kept it the same, people would have complained. They upgraded it with LED lights and all sorts of new moves. You got to get rid of that. It's a Small World. That thing's horrible.
Imagine if they changed it up. You know, you go through the jungle nations. You got warlords and the whole
murder scene.
Yeah. No. What we need is it's a politically correct Small World, where it's just everybody's singing but there's like
that's kind of what it is, isn't it?
No, because what it is complete isolationism. Like here's where all the white people are. Here's where all the black people are.
Yeah,
it's completely the opposite of that. Yeah, no, it's you've compartmentalized. It's like Chicago.
And all
Jews over here, Polacks over here. We got the Irish in this corner.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Nothing's.
And all German people aren't wearing lederhosen.
Right.
In the streets.
Yeah. It's just the stereotypes of every
outfits.
nation. Yeah. The Swiss people are blowing horns and drinking cocoa, and the Germans are in their lederhosen guzzling beer.
Clogs.
Yeah, it's a stereotypical world after all, is what it is. And then there's the little people in coolie hats.
John, I've always been curious, back on the conversation of humane treatment, how Brady explains to Kirby pigs given his restaurant.
What do you mean?
Does she like pigs, and does he explain to her where pork comes from?
Sure you do.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. She likes pigs all right.
A certain way, or does she think of them as pets?
Well done.
Now, what about Megan?
loves
Megan
bacon.
wanted a baby pig.
Megan she doesn't eat pork.
She doesn't eat pork?
Does not eat pork, yeah.
Wow.
She got to the point where she was like, you know what, it's outweighing my desire
And
to
I'm
eat
sure
pork.
if I took Kirby, or if my parents took me to the farm where they're processing the pigs or whatever, that might change you as a kid for sure.
Well, our high school friend's daughter has a pig now.
Yeah.
It's a potbelly pig. Hedwig. Have you guys met it yet?
It's tough though, because we've been around people who've had little pet pigs, and it's like, and
They're
then
pretty damn
Kirby's
adorable.
cousin.
horribly adorable,
Yeah,
and Megan's like, I can't do this. And then the thing that got her was that person that thought they bought a potbelly pig, and it turned into a real live slaughter pig,
Hogzilla.
700 pounds, but it's got all these like emotions and feelings, and like it hangs out at the house, and like, wow, if you raise them, they're
Kirby's
not that.
cousin is in 4-H. He's high school, so he did a pig last year.
And
So
ate
she
it.
knew,
I was gonna say, what do
she
you
went
mean
over there a
did a
couple
pig?
times with the pig. That they only live like 6 months, but she
Right.
knew
Well-
he was raising it, and she knew he was selling it to be
Food.
made into bacon.
Yeah. I handed it to Megan on that one. She's given up on it. She's like, it's just I couldn't do it. It just emotionally got me, and so she just cut out pig. But I eat it. I don't care. Get me some extra
It's
bacon.
good.
I get double the bacon.
Carnitas.
Yeah, no, whenever we get breakfast, it's like, do you want bacon with it? I'm like, give her bacon, I'll take it. Just scoop that right off your plate and give it over here.
65-year-old Kaiwi Elizabeth Billets was driving northbound on 7th Avenue near Buckeye Road on December 29th. She hit a man crossing the street, 35-year-old Ramon Corrales. He landed on the hood of her car in the windshield, and she continued to drive home
Yeah.
with
that
him
one
on the
broad.
hood, with him on the hood.
Well, it was the movie that they made with the girl from American.
That's the one. Yeah.
She pulls into her apartment complex where she lives, and she pulls him off the hood, then takes the car and pulls it in the back of the complex in covered parking.
Right.
There, she told police that's when she asked a friend to contact or the police tell him about the guy.
Right.
Well, after investigating it, they found that she never called the friend. Witnesses saw her pull the person off. She actually went back to the car and got the groceries out and went back to her apartment.
Was this the one who was here? The lady said that she thought she hit a scarecrow.
Well, she knew she hit this guy because she pulled him off the hood, and she was afraid of calling the police because of going to jail and her insurance rates increasing.
The thing she said initially was, I thought I hit a straw man until I pulled him off the hood and I realized it was a real person.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Where are you driving that you assumed that first? Oh, another one of those goddamn scarecrows. I hit these once every couple weeks.
The old Christmas scarecrow.
Yeah, the old holiday scarecrows are out again. God damn it, and I've hit one. Well, I'll just brush them off when I get home. This one's a little more animated than most of them. He's bleeding. It's a good scarecrow.
Diana Durkin is a 19-year-old sophomore at Texas Tech University. She took this past semester off to help her family recover from Hurricane Harvey. So she's all excited to get back to school to start the semester. She's in the airport, being a Red Raider from Texas Tech.
Yep.
You know, how you, like we go for Buckeyes, you go OH.
Right.
IOT.
They say TT?
They fire off, not the hook 'em home, not the hook 'em horns, they fire off guns.
Oh, they do gun.
She did that
guns.
in the airport to a fellow Texas Tech person who was wearing a shirt.
Right. Oh, she's going down.
She got pulled over by TSA
start doing
and her
that.
flight delay. But here's the lovely Diana Durkin that
Oh, she's
was
cute.
firing off the guns.
They were looking for a reason to tackle her.
Yeah. Her 10-minute frisk
got her.
afterwards.
Still haven't found anything, sir, but it's not for lack of looking. Couple more checks. We've lubricated all of her orifices in case something important slides out. We're going in after it in a minute.
A group of scientists in Australia just completed their first successful test of a new invention, a little electronic pill that you swallow to monitor the flatulence in your stomach. And it lets you watch the flatulence forming in real time on your cell phone.
Oh, my God. This is like
Why?
the history of comedy to Brady.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you imagine that yesterday morning?
Oh,
Look at this.
never
Why?
met
Lets you
anybody
see
likes
what
farts more.
foods give
Not
you
only would you
gas.
smell it, you'd see it.
Oh, yeah. You'd see it brewing. Here he comes. Look. He's going to... Oh, ooh. I fart. Shh.
T-minus 60 seconds.
Eric's going to walk into the cloud. He's going to walk into the cloud. How old are you? 52.
Won't hit the market for a couple of years, but it's out there.
Who farted?
Oh, it's me. I have, you can't smell that unicorn nose.
Well, then why would I say who farted?
I don't know. It's out of here. You took a wild shot that I was sitting in my own stew.
Wrecked the paint in that room.
Got a couple of
7-minute kill on the fart in the room. You're dying. You can't fly overseas anymore just because we can't put other people on the plane through that. You can't hold it. You wreck stuff.
And what's the flight to Switzerland?
You're a death fart.
9 hours, 8 hours?
Yeah, right around there.
You get him his own pod.
Couple of radio videos. The first one is a guy in Virginia walking from his house to his car on his icy driveway.
I think I saw
Oh,
this
these are
one.
good.
This is a good one.
Always
I like
good
this
when
one.
people try to walk on black ice. Oh, he's down. He's doing the splits.
not
Oh,
yet.
he's
Now
sliding the driveway.
surfing it out.
There's not a lot of. He's going out into the road. Good.
Oh,
He's
gotta
down.
go
He's down.
Gotta go down.
That's
Go to
a
the
good
grass. Go to the grass.
Again,
I
make
think he
sure,
was going to get the trash can to bring it back up.
just happy to live here.
One more time.
Oh, it's pretty fun to watch that guy. Whoa, 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 whoa. I like that he just won't steady his feet. He's still trying to walk, even though he's going about 6 miles an hour down his driveway.
That's our own
Just-
Drew Hutchinson
just
leaving his
ski.
house
It
in
looks
the valley.
like Drew. After Red Mountain.
We got a Good Samaritan. This happened in England. 2 robbers overpowered a woman using an ATM. One pulled her away while the other one tried to get the money out of the account. But then a Good Samaritan came over and knocked the one thief out.
Oh, right. Oh, they're too close to you at the ATM.
Yeah, that's why
You're right on top of somebody at the ATM. Oh,
Hello, Mom.
He's got her.
That little rearview mirror.
He's got her. He's
Stand
pushed her
right here,
against the-
Mom.
Shut your mouth and nothing happens. What's your code, old woman?
Boom.
Oh, this dude comes over and just clocks him.
Oh, he's out.
He's out cold.
Nice.
The other guy got away, but
Mom,
Go ahead, Mum.
guy with the money didn't.
here's your quid.
Stay down.
Take your quid.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be going now.
I did 40 quid because I'm going to go get a male prostitute.
What if she's going to do that and you commit a crime? And the cycle has continued.
All right, the last one's a good little audio thing. You got to turn it up a little bit. This girl posted a video yesterday where she writes down a long math equation, and the sound of her pencil on the paper plays the Cantina theme from Star Wars,
All right.
and also the Imperial March on the one plate.
That's pretty cool.
Now check out the Imperial
Wow.
March.
That's weird.
All right, so the Imperial March is
All right.
next?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, from the beginning. Math. It's never been so useful. Still not going to learn it.
All right.
That's kind of neat.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's just
Those are the
fun at the home.
And now, Vanessa's going to do some pencil music.
America's Got Talent.
Can she make $1 million off that?
She just did.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a billion hits. She'll get $1 million.
So here you go, and let's just calm it down a little bit about the applesauce. It'll be here at 2.
I think
She'll release a whole album.
Yeah, 50,000 views, you start making money on YouTube.
Hey, Vanessa, you play String of Pearls on your pencil, please? Not too loud.
How much do you get for 50,000 views?
You start getting cash at that point, right?
Well,
50
would
is
she?
when you
Now,
get
would they say, does she have to pay?
Who?
Because it's at, it's not an original.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Well, she gets money for
And
the
is that
video.
music?
She has to pay ASCAP?
You're watching
Yeah,
her
ASCAP.
performance.
I don't think you have to pay ASCAP. You have to pay
On the
royalties.
pencil?
You'd have to pay a royalty for that.
Oh, God.
If she started making
Can you
money off of
imagine?
the John Williams sued her for
Yeah.
pencil music. It's not worth it. Just tour the old folks' homes. Brady and his family would love for you to come over and do pencil music.
Now that's music. Now that's music. That's what the kids are missing out on. With their Cannibal Corpse and their
Is that on a number 2?
gross Bruno Mars. You put a little pencil on there and you get some art. Now that's how it works. Safe, simple.
See, and you don't understand why kids want to do YouTube and make
Oh, I
a
understand
ton of money.
completely why. I'm just saying almost all of them don't have any talent whatsoever. And so trying to encourage that is a bad idea.
It's a lotto.
Yeah, it is. It's complete. You're telling your kids, hey, don't work. Play lottery tickets every single day. You're going to get one day. It's a terrible idea.
One of them will hit.
Terrible idea. It's 7:54. There you go. Enjoy It's a Small World, the worst ride at Disneyland.
Oh.
If you've never been, I'll be the first person ever that tells you do not have to go through It's a Small World.
Oh,
It's
come
terrible.
on. If you've never been, you have to go.
No. It's only disappointing.
The rite of passage.
Everybody always talks about how great it is. It's just awful. And it's
I'm not saying it's great.
It's an office
but you
max.
got to go.
It's awful. The ceiling tiles are
If you're
just
in
like
that
the ones
line
it's
a
the
long
worst.
time.
They never have a long line.
Oh my God, it's always that way. Totally
No
not
way.
Miserable. Worst waste of time at Disneyland by far. I'd rather go see that weird thing in the old 1800s cantina where they do the show where they're kicking dancing girls and you get like a lunch.
I don't know. The Abraham Lincoln thing's pretty.
That's pretty awesome. That's good technology.
Ah.
That's good technology.
Good technology.
Heck yeah, have you seen it recently?
Yeah, I
Pretty
saw the
great.
updated
thought it was
one.
really neat.
I wasn't that impressed.
He gets up, he walks around.
It was
It's pretty
all
cool.
right.
Animatronics.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah. It's better than those puppets.
Ping tong pom pom pom.
Ugh. Can I get out or will I be electrocuted in this filth water?
Yeah, that a half hour before you even get into the ride.
I've lost all respect for you
Oh,
people.
It's a Small World's the worst.
It's wrong.
I won't say it's the worst, but seeing it once is enough.
Boogity. This is just racist. Boogity. Why are they carrying shields and spears in that one?
That's awesome.
Yeah, because it's racist.
You should like it then.
No, I'm not racist. I like a melting pot. If they're going to see him, I want to see a war. It's a small world, and these people are shields and spears.
It's a small world at war.
Yeah, go over and
Oh,
attack.
that'd be sweet.
I would
It's a
go to that.
small world at war.
It's a small world war.
Love that.
Small world war after all.
Maybe they could recreate World War II.
Failed rocket launchings.
I'd go to that. In a second. If one of those small world groups attacked the other world, sure, the message is nice, but we could have shaved this down to about a minute. I get it. Pile them all up in that Office Max. Give me 1 minute, one time through the song, not 17. Get me back out there to the good rides. Brutal. Ugh.
They have that carousel. Who cares about a carousel? That's the worst.
Yeah, the carousel's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
bad. But if you get children, you can get them on that, and the teacups and things like that.
The
But
Dumbo ride really isn't fun.
no, it's just
It's
all.
just
No, it's all about
nostalgia.
Dumbo. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go on that stuff either. I don't even know that still existed. That's
Yeah,
an
it's
area of the Disneyland.
The
I don't-
teacups.
No need to go there.
It's for the
That's
younger
for the
kids
kids.
that won't go on the.
They're too short to go on the rides. Dumb parents who drag their
Gotta
kids.
have
who
a
shouldn't be
couple
there.
of 'em.
Yeah.
I'd rather do It's a Small World any day over
I'd
there.
rather just skip all of it. There's so much else on. Go do Indiana Jones twice. It's 7:57. There you go.
It's not all about you, John.
Yeah, it is. For me, it is.
When he's at the park.
Yeah, when I'm at the park, it's completely 100% about me.
Really? You don't
100%.
go on what Megan wants?
She didn't want to go on that garbage either. She wouldn't be around. Gotta have commonalities.
There's got to be something
she goes
wants
solo.
and You don't.
That's fine. She'd go by herself. Yeah, every man for himself. You want to go in It's a Small World?
Really?
I'm not interested.
You don't
in it.
sacrifice for the
For It's a Small World?
team?
No.
If
wanted to
she
go on it-
really wanted to go on it, you wouldn't do it.
I'd
'Cause
wait
you're-
outside.
You're a big asshole.
I don't want to go in It's a Small World.
Man, what a jerk.
Man has his limits.
Yeah.
Guy says, Eric, you know how I know It's a Small World is wrong? Because every damn time, look at every boat that nears the end and they're singing, it's a small third world after all.
Right.
They're making fun of it at the end.
Yeah, they made fun of the end because they just crammed all the meaningless people together in one bunch.
Trump saying it's
Begging for money.
Apple
It's all after. This part sucks. Look at all the mud people and hillbillies.
He's going to change the ride. We're eliminating this part of the ride.
And now with Trump's commentary throughout the ride.
And at the end, we blow up North Korea. Everybody cheers and we're happy again.
John, you know the sign that Disney even knows It's a Small World is horrible? In the gift shop now, they sell an I Survived It's a Small World
they
t-shirt.
know that's the worst one. It's terrible in there. Blech.
Wrong.
I just look at Megan, I'm like, look, if we've got time and there's no line at the end, I'll go through It's a Small World. But we're not doing that in the middle of the day. We're hitting them all. I went on it last time and we both looked at each other like, this is terrible. It's worse than I remember.
You guys are just haters.
No,
man.
it's bad. It's bad. Love every other part of Disneyland. That one, check that one off the go-to list. We got Gary Cannon coming in just a little bit, and we're going to give you a chance at $500. We've got ourselves a word headed your direction. The Big Holmberg's Happy Endings rescheduled party. There's a new beginnings for the endings. Tonight, Jay Moore, Gary Cannon, Craig Gass, all going to be at Celebrity Theaters. We say goodbye to 2017 a month after we were supposed to. But Cannon's going to come in here in just a little bit. Craig Gass will join us in a little while as well. And Holodebt, the word will be in your hands in moments. Will you win? We'll find out. It's 98.
98.
Oh my gosh.
98.
Shut the front door.
UPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.